From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, September 18th, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.32 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,136 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $234. Antiwar.com reports Saudi warplanes Thursday attacked the area around the home of Ibrahim al-Shami, a political figure with influence in the Shiite Houthi movement, destroying his house and some others, and leaving at least 9 civilians dead. Shami was not present during the attack. Many of the slain were reported to have been killed when they arrived at the scene of the first airstrike, looking to see if there were any survivors, and were immediately hit by more airstrikes. Recent attacks in Sana'a have centered around the homes of Shiite Houthis. Yemen's al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula praised the Saudi-led war to oust the Shiites from power and urged them to install an Islamist government after the war is over. The Saudi plan at this point seems to be installing former President Abd Rabbu Mansur Hadi, who resigned in January. Though pro-Saudi forces have predicted taking Sana'a imminently, they are still fighting in the Marib province and will have to go through it and Al-Dajaf to reach the capital city, which may take quite some time. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports at a two-day policy meeting on Wednesday and Thursday, the Federal Reserve decided against raising interest rates for the first time in nearly a decade, instead opting to keep them between 0 and 0.25%, signaling that it believes the economy is not yet at a robust enough level to warrant raising the rates. Some analysts expected the Fed to finally raise the rates because several economic indicators are near levels that would allow the market to withstand such an increase. Thursday, though, 9 of the 10 voting members disagreed. The Federal Reserve issued a news release stating, to support continued progress toward minimum employment and price stability, the committee reaffirmed its view that the current 0 to 0.25% target range for the federal funds rate remains appropriate. The Federal Reserve noted, in particular, potential market troubles resulting from developments overseas. They also noted that it's possible that rates could remain beneath normal levels even once employment and inflation numbers stabilize. When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports a U.S. appeals court has ruled that President Barack Obama's signature healthcare law violates the rights of religiously affiliated employers by forcing them to help provide contraceptive coverage even though they do not have to pay for it. Parting ways with all other appeals courts that have considered the issue, the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in St. Louis on Thursday issued a pair of decisions upholding orders by 2 lower courts barring the government from enforcing the law's contraceptive provision against a group of religiously affiliated employers. The split that the circuit courts created makes it more likely that the U.S. Supreme Court will take up the issue in the coming term, which begins in October and runs through June. Several employers have already filed petitions with the U.S. Supreme Court. The Affordable Care Act requires employers to provide insurance for their employees, including access to contraception, sterilization, and other preventative services for women. The law allows religiously affiliated nonprofit employers to opt out of paying for contraceptive coverage directly. Once they do, insurers must provide the coverage separately at no cost to the employee. Employers that do not follow the opt-out process face a financial penalty. Heartland Christian College and addiction services nonprofit CNS International Ministries, both based in Missouri, and Dordt College and Cornerstone University, both in Iowa, filed the lawsuits before the 8th Circuit. Circuit Judge Roger Woolman, who wrote Thursday's decision on behalf of a 3-judge panel, said the court must defer to the employer's sincere religious beliefs that participation in the accommodation process makes them morally and spiritually complicit in providing abortifacient coverage. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.